Bonjour! Nous plantons des fleurs et organisons des fêtes. C'est bien! It's La Fleur from Ducksomnium Games. In La Fleur, 1 to 4 players take on the role of French Rococo garden enthusiasts. Build a chateau, host a garden party, enjoy a little romance, and gain enough prestige to be named the host of the grand soirée. Romance is French, right? Anyway, you'll be the talk of the town, the creme de la creme. But first, we gotta set up the game. Begin by placing the board in the middle of the table, take all the different decks in the game, shuffle them, and place them face down on their matching board spaces. We have the Garden Feature deck, the Flower deck, the Visitor deck, the Event deck, and the Artisan deck. Give each player a Chateau board. Everyone gets 5 Allure Tracker tokens, 1 of each color, to place near the Allure track at the top of the board, but not on it. There's nothing alluring about your chateau yet. Allure is used to purchase features for your garden and attract visitors to your parties. The different types of allure are architecture, paths, water, flowers, and vistas. There's also this allure symbol. That's a wild and can be used in place of any other allure type. Now deal each player 2 random character cards. They choose 1 to place to the left of their chateau, and all unused characters go back in the box. Character cards have a name and a list of abilities that activate at the end of each round. Deal each player 3 artisan cards. They choose 2 to keep, placing them in the first 2 artisan slots of their chateau board. Unused artisans get shuffled back into the deck. Artisan cards have an allure type, an occupation, a special ability, and the board location where that ability activates. Each player takes 4 pawns and a prestige token in a matching color, placing 2 of the pawns in the first and second artisan spaces on their chateau board. The prestige token goes beside the prestige tracker on the main board. Then give each player 3 random flower cards for their starting hand and 3 coins. Then, quick, go frolic in a field of flowers, because whichever player did that most recently gets the first player pawn to start the game. Or maybe do it every evening, like me. To start the round, draw and place face-up flower cards to fill the flower market. Draw and place face-up garden feature cards for each empty garden feature space. In the first round, both these areas will need cards in all their spaces, but in future rounds, there may only be a couple empty spaces that need cards. Reveal visitor cards equal to the number of players. As prestige is earned during the game, you'll draw additional visitors during this step. 1 once any player has reached 4 prestige, and another one at 8 prestige, and another one at 12 prestige. That's a lot of prestige, baby. Starting at the second round, you'll also draw 1 event card from the top of the deck, following the instructions on the card and resolving its effect. Beginning with the first player, players take turns placing 1 of their artisan pawns on the board and taking that location's action. Pawns represent the artisan cards they are assigned to on a player's chateau and can go to any board location, but their artisan card's special ability only activates at the listed location. The locations on the board are Prestige, Coin, the Flower Market, Special Invitation, Artisan Guild, and Garden Features. When sending a pawn to the Prestige location, players go up 1 space on the Prestige track. Only 1 artisan pawn per player may visit the Prestige location each round. When sending a pawn to the Coin location, players gain 2 coins, which they're gonna need when they send a pawn to the Flower Market, where players may purchase 1 flower card. Flower cards have a name, an allure type, and a cost, 0, 1, or 2 coins. Players can pay for a face-up flower card, or they can spend just 1 coin to purchase a face-down card from the top of the deck, then add the card to their hand. At the Garden Features location, players may purchase 1 face-up garden feature. The cost of a garden feature is shown on the cards in allure symbols. Players spin flower cards from their hand, matching the number and type of allure in the garden feature's cost. A flower card with 2 symbols can be paid even if only 1 of the symbols matches the cost requirement, but the non-matching symbol won't contribute toward the purchase. Players may also use a wild or Discard any 2 flower cards to count as 1 of any allure type. Players can also use their artisan cards to help pay for garden features. Once per round, each artisan may contribute their matching allure type to the cost of a garden feature, whether or not that artisan's pawn is located at the garden feature's location. Once a player has purchased a garden feature, it goes in their play area and they now have access to its ability. This ability might trigger when the card is acquired, when the chateau is visited during a garden party, at the end of a round, or at the end of the game. The garden feature also adds allure to a player's chateau equal to its cost. Move the matching allure tracker tokens on the chateau board by 1 space for each allure symbol on the purchase card. At the Artisan Guild location, players may gain an artisan card. To add an artisan card to their chateau, players pay 8 whole coins and draw the top card of the artisan deck, placing it in an empty space on their chateau board along with one of their set-aside pawns. To replace an artisan, players only pay 4 coins and draw a card from the top of the artisan deck, deciding if they'd like to discard or keep it. If they keep it, they must choose one of their current artisan cards to replace. Bye! New artisans may be used the same round they are purchased because you just gotta put them to work. I mean, come on, we got a garden party to put on. At the special invitation location, players may invite a specific visitor to attend the end-of-round garden party at their chateau by placing their artisan pawn on the visitor they'd like to invite. Visitor cards have either an allure type or a condition that determines which chateau they visit during the garden party, and an effect they grant players during the garden party. Placing your pawn on a visitor using the special invitation space does not guarantee they will attend your garden party, but it will break any ties in your favor. The special invitation location may also be used to romance a visitor, ooh la la. But be sure you're ready to commit because you can only have 1 companion. I know, le boring. If a player's chateau has 5 or more of a visitor's allure type, they may place their pawn on that visitor, and if the visitor comes to their garden party, they will go next to the player's character card and become the player's companion, providing their effect each round until the end of the game. Once all available artisan pawns have been placed, it's time for a garden party! All visitors on the board visit the chateau with the highest total allure that matches the visitor's allure type, moving to that player's play area and granting an effect. Visitors without an allure type visit the chateau matching the condition described on their card. If there's a tie, visitors who received a special invitation will attend the garden party they were invited to, and tied visitors without a special invitation remain on the board. They aren't in the mood for a party today. Once all visitors have chosen their chateaus, players will, in turn order, resolve the effects on their visitor cards and on any garden features with a when visited ability. Then all visitor cards in the player areas and on the main board are discarded, except for companions. You wooed them, you're stuck with them. Ah, love. With the garden party phase completed, the round ends. Players, in turn order, resolve any end-of-round abilities on their garden features and character card, then reset their artisan cards, retrieve their artisan pawns, and pass the first player pawn to the next player. The end game is triggered when a player has 12 or more prestige at the end of a round. Everyone plays one final round, the Grand Soiree, and then we're on to in-game scoring. Garden features with an end-game ability are resolved in turn order. Then, players score 1 prestige for every 8 coins they have remaining, and 1 prestige for every 3 flower cards they have in hand. The player with the most prestige is declared the host of the Grand Soiree and wins the game. If there is a tie, the player with the most total allure on their chateau board wins. If there's still a tie, I guess you're just gonna have to throw a joint party because you're sharing that victory. And that's the basics of Le Fleur from Ducksomnium Games. I'm Becca Scott, this is the Good Time Society Garden Party, and you should subscribe to the channel for more great games and good times. And then go outside and touch grass, it's very alluring. Bye-bye.